So as a volunteer, a pretty devoted volunteer, I see how hard the staff is working, and the weight of winter, especially like when it's sustained, frozen temperatures sustained for many weeks like this. They're under a lot of pressure, to make sure that nobody dies outside, sleeping outside, make sure people are taken care of, and they do it with honor and respect and dignity for our neighbors. So Coldest Night to me is a way to say thank you, show up as a community to say thank you to Micah, who takes on such a massive responsibility for our neighbors, and allows us to be a community where no one has to sleep outside, but allows us to be a proud community where we are loving our neighbors as we should.
I hope that February 22nd, it's not these temperatures, but on Saturday, February 22nd, 1 month from today, we are going to be here at Riverfront Park to celebrate Coldest Night of the Year. This has become Micah's flagship fundraising event, and it is so powerful and so inspiring to see so many people in our community come together at this park to show their support for Micah's work, the work that we do day in and day out, and to walk a 5K through the frozen streets of downtown Fredericksburg to raise money for the work that Micah does. I hope that on February 22nd it won't be so cold that the river is frozen like it is now, but even if it is, we will be out here. Coldest Night is a celebration of the way the community comes together to support the work that Micah does alongside our homeless neighbors, and we are excited about it, and we are hitting the ground running this year, 30 days out, ready to really see those fundraising totals skyrocket and see how the community is going to support us this year.
It's so cold, and standing here in my hand just holding my iPhone, it is cold, and we laugh about it, but really the money that's raised helps Micah do what you have to do on nights and days like this.
Yeah. Like today, I think right now it's 21 degrees. I don't know what it feels like, but it's lower than that feels like temperature. And so on days like today, Micah opens a daytime warming space. And so we have that running right now, because our neighbors who experience homelessness, they don't have somewhere easy to go inside to get warm. And so we, Micah, provide that for them so that people aren't at risk for hypothermia and all the stuff that comes along with standing outside on days like this in these temperatures. And then overnight, obviously, we run our cold weather shelters. We have 2 sites this year, just like last year, a site for men and a site for women, so that everybody has a comfortable space. When temperatures are dangerously low, we don't want our people sleeping outside. We don't want to be a community where the only recourse that people have is to sleep on the streets. And so Micah offers cold weather shelter to people so that they have a place to go. And so this time of the year is when we really are working around the clock to help care for our neighbors, to keep them warm, to keep them fed, to keep them alive, so that they can move out of homelessness alongside us. And that's our long-term goal.
We've had an unbelievably cold winter so far.
I mean, it's life or death. I mean, to be fair, we've seen higher numbers in our cold weather shelter than we've ever seen before, and it's simply because folks who would be out there and unhoused for a longer amount of times have finally come in, and so it's a good thing in a way to get those folks inside to be able to start connecting them with services and everything. But it's just the amount of staff doesn't increase at Micah. The workload increases. However, that staff who is there day in and day out, night in and night out, they want to see us show up. And we will show up, and because we, as volunteers, we help out, but we want to support them in a massive way.
This is a great way to be able to ensure that everything goes forward.
Yeah, Micah has so much going on as far as the Jeremiah community rezoning, which we worked long and hard on and got that approval from City Council just recently. We've got the Hesed House, where we got folks transitioning from street to a renovated motel into housing, permanent housing. We got folks in respite house. We got cold weather shelter. We've got the warming centers. All this is going on, and it costs money, but it also costs, just just goodwill and support. So when you show up to walk, you're going to be alongside a lot of folks who care. You're going to be alongside a lot of these beanies. Side note, if you raise $150, you will get a beanie. If you're a kid, you'll raise $75, get a beanie. You'll probably look better than I do in it, but it'll keep you warm. But it really is just a time to celebrate and to find the ways in which you want to support Micah, because there's a plenty of ways that they are supporting our community.
So many people want to do things and often don't know how. This is a really easy way, and by doing this, by coming out, meeting people, you'll find ways. You become connected with the community, and I think it's easier and easier these days to kind of be disconnected. And Micah is a wonderful organization that allows us to stay connected with so many of those in need, and so many of those who are in such in better positions in our neighborhood to just be good neighbors. Perfect. That's it.
Yay!
Well, thank you, you guys.